Hey guys, and welcome back to Code&Gamology. Today we're going to learn about variables. A variable can take an input and it will store it inside of it. Now from the variable, it can go back to the code, and when it goes back to the code, you can alter it with an operator block or display it with a say block. A common use of a variable is a score. For example, this variable here will record the number of times that I press the variable. I click it once, I get 1 point. I click it twice, I get 2 points. 3, 4, 5, and so on. Now, without further ado, let's get started on creating and using variables. Alright, let's get started. Our goal for this program is to make it record the number of times that the player clicks the cat. Let's start by creating a variable. Let's call it score. Score will be the number of times that you click the cat. Now if you right click on the score, you can change it to a normal readout, a large readout, a slider, or you can make it high. I'm going to go with the normal readout. Now when we start the game, we want it to set the score to 0. So that you don't get anything from the past. Now, when the score is clicked, we're going to change the score by 1. Now, if we change it by 1, that means that it will continuously change the value every time we click it. When we click start, it will reset. Now, another useful thing about variables is that you can set them to words, also known as strings, and you can set them to high, things like that, and it will store the variable in the variable. It will store the text in the variable, and then we can make it say the text, which will be like say hi. And the cool thing is I can change the variable to high, and we will have high too, and then we can make it say gibberish, and it will say the exact gibberish. Now what we're going to do is experiment with a different type of variable. A different type of variable for this sprite only variable. Now you can know the difference between a score that is for all sprites and a score for one sprite is that if it's a score for its one sprite, it will have the sprite's name next to its display. But were it to be for a different sprite, you can create a different score. Now, obviously, the Scratch doesn't like having two variables that have the same name, so it doesn't let you have a for all sprites variable when you have a for one sprite variable. Now, obviously, when you have two scores, this score, you can change the score, which is for sprite 1, and it won't affect the one for sprite 2. But on sprite 2, if you were to change it, it won't affect sprite 1 at all, allowing you to have two scores that are essentially different but the same thing, which means you could have two cats, and they both have a different score. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to the costumes of the second sprite, and I'm going to get a cat. Now we have two cats. This one is sprite 2, and this one is sprite 1. Let's do the large readouts and put it above its head. And we're going to do that same clicker function, where when start, it sets it to 0. And when you get the click, it will change by 1. Now what this will do is make it that on both cats, what would happen is that it will change the score whenever you click, and they each have a different score. Depending on which one you click more, that is the one that has more scores. That about wraps us up for this video, so please like, share, and subscribe. Bye!